Education is key to success. We haven't taught our each one have to teach one. Must bomb the someone. We haven't taught each one got to teach one. Let's learn from one another. Let's go.
Yes, I was shocked. As Christians, I had questions, I had doubts, I had izinto ukuthi okay, ngizodila kanjani nalento. Ubaba kaNkosana umfundisi.
Everyone knew ukuthi okay, umntana kaMfundisi because my dad umfundisi. Nkosana is gay.
And then sizoyithini yonke lento le iqhamuke endlini kaMfundisi.
Hello, I'm Osiris. Welcome to Each One Teach One. Even the most seemingly perfect child can challenge their parents' values and moral boundaries as they reach their teens and start to explore and define who they are. What's important for us as parents and caregivers is to be there for them through these tough times, to be there throughout the journey, providing love, support, and a safe refuge from what can be a very, very harsh world.
Growing up was a bit fun because I was this child, Omega Jolie. I was this child who was outspoken, this child was confident, this child who had self-belief.
Nkosana nje bekumntwana free. Always nje beke esho into afuna ukuyisho ngesikhathi afuna ukusisho. Bekangazi hold it back kwabona.
This child othandwa yiwonke umuntu eJordan because I believe that I was a different species around abantu abaningi.
Beumntwana nje ube right, respecting ayesontweni sonteza yoni ke ayesontweni sisonta naye ahlonipha kakhulu. Hey kodwa tunithi ne like nje akumelanga kuhlala ikomisha etafuleni, akumelanga like ufuneke nje kube neat endlini.
Yena well izenzo zakhe bombona ukuthi ngathi ezamantombazana so bemaba yabuya bekhona umunye umntana ononhlanhla bezivama ukuhlala naye after school. Yena ke nonhlanhla beke siculela afaka izinto acule izinto zamantombazana aculela acule ubona ukuthi into zabantwana ezenziwa abantwana bamantombazana wela zange sicabanga ukuthi uzohamba kuze kube kanje.
Nkosana esikolweni beke bright, was a very bright student, ahlakaniphile. Well, kuma sports angeke ngithi bekayenza any sports because of nje bokumntwana I would say nje unique ngendlela yakhe. So a bright student nje bekethola nje ama-A all the time. Yonke into yakhe makayenza bekayenza to perfection.
Throughout the whole year in grade 7, I think that's where I was freely out. Because now, esikolweni bekhona this thing in primary school. Every Friday, bekwashwa ama-window abafana, amantombazane will clean the class, polish and all that. Mina, I wasn't doing the windows. Bengihlale free from amantombazane and so I think that's where I got a comfort zone. I'm like, okay, this is me, this is what I like.
Really, mina ngizange ngibona umntwana different. As a parent, ubona umntana wakho kuyilo muntu loyo. Awuna ukuthi okay lo mntwana different nje. Yes, bekanawo ama signs ngoba always bekedlala ngabonompopi, bekedlala namantombazana. But to me nje bengingaboni any difference.
From grade 9, that's where esikolweni sengicala manje sengiba free, sengiba ku comfort zone because now sengijwayele abantu abaningi. People will notice ukuthi this one is doing different things from laba abanye. So they beats bebazibuza ukuthi kahle kahle kwenzakalani up until ngabo September, 1st of September, that's when I started wearing shorts nama goalkeeper esikolweni, and which is bawangekho allowed. But then
futhi in fact wakhuluma nomamncane wakhe kuqala, and then umamncane wakhe wase ezakimi ngitshela ukuthi uNkosana ugay. Yes, I was shocked, as every parent angaba shocked, and believe you me, as Christians, I had questions, I had doubts, I had izinto ukuthi okay ngizodila kanjani nalento, ubaba kaNkosana umfundisi, and then sizoyithini yonke lento le iqhamuke endlini kamfundisi.
they used to call names, kwabona lamagama ajwayelekile abositshuzane sitabane.
Mina mangihamba naye mhlambe ngiye emamall, mangibona umuntu ambhekile, ngiyambuza ukuthi yini vele ngawo. Mina athi hayi mate baye ngithi angiyeke ngiyambuza.
Let's learn from one another. Let's learn from one another. Let's go.
Difference remains a challenge for most of us in South Africa. Different nationalities, different cultures or lifestyles still seem to threaten us at a very fundamental level. So the challenge for acceptance at home, at school, at work, or even out in the community remains one of the biggest barriers young gay South Africans face.
Mfethu amagay awekho right mfethu, yazi noNkulunkulu akayithandi leyo nto leyo, mawamagay nje hayi positive nepositive asihlangani.
Into engifuna yazi why bazenza amantombazana.
Mina dobe bangakhona ya ku right, dobe bafika ngakhona ya ku sharp.
I won't judge everyone is opinionated to his own right. Yes, so for me, and I think it's a wrong thing.
Akusinto right, so that's why we destroy love. So sasothina abantu nabo.
Okay, I am a gay. I don't believe in gays, like, cause God didn't create men and women for nothing. Well, according to your religion, I'm a gay. Awavumelekanga wona mara mina ngicabanga ukuthi they're right, because at the end of the day it's their choice.
Ngikhulele eZayoni mina, so bengekho ukuthi ngizofika ngeFabulous all dramatic and all that. No, besine joini faka ibruko, ijazi, ibhande, ihembe, ubamuhle uyaphuma esontweni bengihlala nabafana, but then when I have to stand up and do the movement, ngishama movement abantu abesifazane, so everyone knew ukuthi okay umntana kamfundisi, because my dad umfundisi. Nkosana is gay. My dad is pretty chilled, hey. Akazangibuza niksi. Akaze nje, but right yena.
Asikaze sahlala phansi sakhuluma ngaleyo situation leyo ukuthi uNkosana ugay, because mabe kade ngidiscover nami 2012 mangithola ireality yayo yonke lento lena, as ngisho ngithi we dealing nayo lento step by step kancane kancane. I needed to accept him as he is first before I can even try and convince omunye umuntu ongafuni ukufunda ngalezi zinto lezi nangamagay nama lesbians.
I never told ifamily yami ukuthi I am gay, because bebazibonela nabo. Mangikhula gcoke iketi zikasiswami, ngihlale ngabo Barbie doll, nabo bebazi nje ukuthi okay.
I think uyazi ukuthi uNkosana ugay. I think uyabona ukuthi uNkosana ugay. It's a matter of accepting an irreality or denying to accept irreality.
Esikolweni obviously abantwana they getting influence over abobhuti babo abadala. they used to call names, and all that. So I think your treatment being taller from more especially around.
You'll hear Stuzan.
Mina mangihamba naye mhlambe ngiyemamall mangibona umuntu ambhekile ngiyambuza ukuthi yini vele ngawo mina athi hayi mithi baye ngithi angimiye ngiyambuza.
I'm not that person or khuluma kakhulu or
ukuthi vele ubonana nesnacks uhamba nami ngithi ngihamba nami manje yena ubonana lo muntu lo hayibo mina ngiyamlwela mina mangihamba estradeni nawe uyazi na.
When like we're walking in the streets and then people will yell out unnecessary names, and then some instances will ignore it, some will reply back, some will just laugh and move on.
And because mina na guess thanda ukuhleka sizohleka, I think leyo nto leyo iyasiza sizohleka nje si2 and we'll clap hands uyabona. That's a support engamnika yona
mangizongena etrainini or in a public transport. I remember this other day, umama yangibuza ukuthi so yini le esemehlweni ngithi uniform yasesontweni, because I had no other reason. I-eyeliner, I mean like it's just here uyayibona na ukuthi eyeliner. I am different because I believe in not being basic. First of all, I have to be me. I have to be a brand egashouti, a brand Nkosana kube you different from ezinye izinto. I'm unique. I'm a hard worker. I'm ambitious. I started ukufundela DJing so Candy. I did the course for 2 months, which is I got the last year. Started getting my gigs because this person utanda socialize a lot. Being a part of Umrabisha and Nkosana, being a DJ, like it's fun. We go out, we do our thing. Him DJing because he's really good and he really does his thing. So manje I'm still working on branding ushouti because asukdalangu industry. Probably I'm having 1 year, 3 months. I went to Mozambique. I was from Good Gay Pride on that weekend yakona. So the next weekend I was playing in Mozambique. It was on fire. I killed the sets lapo. So I think that's how you make the next gig. Ku industry as now I'm a gay DJ, I'm a ningi. I think ayabalwa, so me being part of that kumnandi hey, because I'm bringing something different, bringing something new kubantu. Uyang invite her to ama-gig wakhe, some of ama-gig wakhe. I do go to ematlapino wakhe, ngihlale phansi, ngimamele, playing nice music, so yeah. Esontweni, because of mina ngimuphe uthando kuqala and ngam-accepta kuqala, they don't have anything to say. I do go to church even now, but manje sengiya eRoma because of isikhathi kwabo. Mele ngiphushe izinto elifini, I have to hustle. Mele schedule ukuthi okay, at this time I can be able ukuthi ngibone and all that. Ngiyazi ukuthi ngiyangi outfit vele esontweni mangiphuma ngiya straight ku appointment. So I still go to church. I was groomed ngesonto. My mom tells me every time ukuthi never ever in everything you do, never ever ulahle uNkulunkulu.
Let's learn from one another. Let's go. Let's learn from one another. Let's go.
Yo.
So this story, you know, for me, this is very, very important because the backdrop for this story is this whole ideal of violence in our community about people who are different. And yet, Nkosana, you are weathering this storm, and actually, you're very proud of your difference.
Yeah, believing in yourself, loving yourself the way who you are. Whether you are gay or not doesn't make you less of a human or more of something else. But then I thought that I should accept myself first. I should love myself the way I am, because I'll be able to be in my comfort zone and live free.
And how has it been for you as Nkosana's mother? I mean, you have a boy, and you know the expectation is that he's going to be male identified.
Yeah.
So, how did you deal with that?
Prof, I think love. I could say that. Loving your child unconditionally, you get through anything you face. So it's only the love. Loving him, I don't see him any different. I just see my son, my baby. He'll always be baby to me. So yeah, I think it's love.
Well, absolutely, couldn't be any better answer than that, because there's nothing superior to that, as we know.
Yes.
Go. How has it been for you? I know, being from a generation where it was much less acceptable for a male to be gay, and here you are, perhaps the most supportive.
Yeah.
How has that been? Have you had to make any adjustments?
I wanna lime shabi, so controller uNkulunkulu. So yonke into it comes from God. Uyazi ukuthi uthe makuhamba isikhathi kuzovela into eso, and ugijimile wangena inhliziyo zethu kuqala ukuthi sim accept. Ngalwi nayo ngoba sinje ilife yethu controller uNkulunkulu. So wonke umuntu umthathe njengoba anjalo.
That's wisdom, huh?
Yeah.
That's why you've been able to be so comfortable with who you are, because of that kind of support.
Yes.
Through support. That kind of deep spiritual support, putting God first, love and acceptance.
And it's very important to support your kid no matter what. You know, don't expect your kids to be what you want them to be. Just accept them as they are, and anything is right.
How did the communication in the family unfold? How did you, at what point, or have you sit down as a family and actually have a deep conversation about what this means to us? Because, I mean, to me, most families don't get to that point. Even when there's acceptance and support, we just don't talk about it in a way that makes everyone feel comfortable. So, how has communication been for you?
We're having a very good communication with my family. It's like a friendly communication. Hey, even if I know that I've messed up in something, but then they're gonna call me in order, in a very friendly way, so that I'll learn. Even if it comes to a push of addressing sensitive issues like this one, we just communicate friendly, because I know that, oh, okay, we'll laugh about it, we'll make more example about it, instead of being like in a lecture room listening to someone summoning you about some kind of thing. So it's nice when it's more friendly.
We're so fortunate. My siblings, my mom, cousins, and would sit down, and even the gay thing of Nkosana, it was like, okay, fine, and we talked, we talked and sit down, we talked, laughed about it. As we were doing that, we were learning more.
See, I think that's one of the main points of this story that I think we should bring out and highlight here, is that so often when we hear a story like this, we think of the negative. We assume that there's only doom and gloom, there's only bad. And in fact, you're telling us that there's hope, that there's positive, there's examples of people who are dealing with it in a way that we should celebrate.
Yes. In a way, it's like more concentrating on the positive side. You'll find the positive effects. Instead of concentrating on the negative side, you'll get the judgments, the discrimination, and all that. So it's more handful when it's concentrating on the positive side, because you're getting more positive on me, and I can be a resource. You can use me in some way. I can use you.
Yes.
Because I mean, like, after all, we are human.
And I understand that you are actually a celebrated DJ.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, and
professional DJ.
Professional DJ.
Yes.
Let's make it clear.
Like graduate.
Right. We're talking about a professional DJ. We're not talking about someone who just called you up and think that you're gonna get a free show. No. We want paid gigs here, right?
Yeah.
So you are available for gigs. So because there may be somebody watching the show that's going to be saying we have a show coming up.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And I'm glad to make sure I can be the person who promotes that, because we just might get you a whole lot of shows.
Exactly.
Well, listen, you know, the thing that I want to say is that I'm proud to do this show because it speaks to the best of African culture.
Exactly.
Well, we have a tradition with Each One Teach One.
Okay.
And the bottom line is that we celebrate hope and we celebrate the life of the people that we interview as examples of hope. Okay. And in the case of you, we have here what we call the solar candle. Now, you don't need any electricity.
Okay.
Okay, so this already is an unusual light or an unusual story. Huh?
Exactly, and an unusual person.
There we go. So, but we want you to take this Nkosana.
Okay.
And we want you to see your life as a symbol of this light.
Okay.
It's a light of hope. Like your life is a light of hope. And we want you to share it with others. Like we want you to share your story. Thank you so much. It's been an honor to be here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
There are 3 points in the Nkosana story that we want to highlight. Number 1, communication is key. It was vital to their transformation and to their positive response to the situation of Nkosana's being gay. Number 2, the family was very supportive, and the fact of their support is what made him feel comfortable with addressing the issues directly with his mother and the rest of his family. And lastly, number 3, what we find is that rather than focusing on the negatives, they chose to celebrate the positives, the things about his personality that were endearing, the things about his personality that were glowing and that in fact had other people and made other people feel happy. So what I want to say to you is, do not waste your time dealing with all the stereotypes and negatives, comments that you'll get from other people. Find what's positive in this situation and keep your focus there. I'm Khalil Osiris. This is Each One Teach One. And until we meet again next week, stay in the light.